Hey, what's going on, guys? Got some more information I wanted to bring you on 419. Praise you, Jesus. A lot more to show what's going on with this date, so we'll get to it here. In part one, which if you haven't seen it, check it out. We discussed the lineup in the heavens of the moon and the sun, as in Luke 21:25. I'm not going to go through all this. What I did, though, in part one is give us the breakdown of the Strongs and the lineup between 419. But what I didn't give was the total days between these days, the Strongs lineup. So I wanted to run through that with you guys, starting up here with the pink moon. So as you see, 4/15/2014, that Passover blood moon plus 1,831 days takes us to 4/19/19, and then adding another 1,831 days takes us to 4/23/2024, which has a pink moon. That total from 4/15 to 4/23, I wrote in the box below for each of these. As you see, 3,661. So I'm going to run through the Strongs with you guys and just move along here. There's quite a bit again. Strongs 3,661 with one mine at the same time, and then 1831 in the red for the Strongs, the black Strongs for the black number here total. Strongs 1831, to go or come out of, total 3308. Beauty 1654, mercy, charity 2982. Jebus, which sounds just like Jesus, obviously, which was an early name of Jerusalem. 1491, appearance, visible form. 2953, a nail. And again, this is from Passover to Passover, and we know what happened on Passover. Amazing. And then 1477, the base that supports the foundation. Nail that supports the foundation. Wow. This one's amazing as well. Total amount of days, 2,598. Strongs, to cast down, 1299. Barak, to flash of lightning. And this date of the blood moon was September 28, 2015. 5 days earlier, on 9/23/15, Obama and Pope met in the White House. That's just amazing, to cast down, Barak, to flash of lightning. Moving on to the next one, to withdraw, to hide. A writer, scribe, man of learning. 1565 here, thither, there, at that place. 782, to welcome, to greet. 886, not made by hands. 443, God has given. Remember this, the 7/27 blood moon over Jerusalem, over Israel. 5/32, the total amount of days. Unprepared, a sin, failure. 5/03, to look into the face, look straight at. 251, a brother, another, brethren, relatives, brotherhood. 177, which is inclusive, including this end date of 7/16. 177, unveiled, uncovered. 88, incense, meaning everlasting, eternal, age-long. It's crazy. It's almost telling us a story, guys, as you see. I mean, it's almost like this is exactly what Strongs was meant for. And again, a lot of people remember from the tetrad over here, the last blood moon, 9/28/2015. 726 days later, we had our Revelation 12 sign, which was our birth sign, letting us know it was coming. And Strong 726, our pause of rapture. So we know God speaks to us through Strongs and through the patterns in the sun and the moon and the stars. Once again, reiterating from the first video, Strong's 419, unsearchable 2019, to call out, shout. I thought this was pretty interesting as well. 414 is Palm Sunday. The fourth letter of the alphabet, D, the first A, the fourth D, Dad, Palm Sunday. I thought that was pretty cool. Let's see here, moving along. gematria, Jesus Christ, I mentioned in the first, was 151. Sound the alarm is also 151. In the first video I mentioned Passover being 115, which also King Jesus 115 for gematria values. This one my wife actually brought to my attention, and it was pretty interesting, pretty cool. She found this. 4 divided by 19 is 0.21052631578. If you break that down into intervals, 210, where gold is found. 526, master workman, almost like Jesus building his, where he's going to prepare a place for the mansions, and just that kind of reminder, because you jump down to 315, I force compelled 78, judge of Israel, almost like saying he's the master workman. Jesus is going to bring us where gold is found, to the gold streets, while he's forced to judge Israel. That's kind of pretty there. And what's interesting as well, if you add all those numbers up, 4 divided by 19, you get 40. 2019 minus exactly 40 weeks, which is a term of a pregnancy, exactly, takes us to last year, July 13th, 2018, which we had an eclipse. Strong 713, enough. 40 weeks is also 280 days. Strong's 280, a riddle. Checking on, trying to figure things off of Obama here, as I believe, and many believe he's possibly the forerunner for the Antichrist. Taking a look at his timeline, Daniel 9:27, he will enter a covenant with many for 1/7. Now again, this is precursor. I know this isn't the actual 7-year tribulation. As a precursor to the Gentiles, he won the Nobel Peace Prize on October 9, 2009. We know Daniel 9:27, in the middle, he will put an end to sacrifice. In the middle of the 7 is 3.5 years, or 1,260 days. Adding 1,260 days to this Nobel Peace Prize comes to 3/22/2013, which was Skull and Bones Day. And on this day, President Obama at that time was in Israel, therefore resulting in the cancellation of the Passover sacrifice until the end that is decreed is poured out on him. So Daniel 12:11, once that sacrifice is canceled, there'll be 1,290 days. So you add 1,290 days to 3/22/2013, takes you to the Feast of Trumpets, which is 10/2/2016. From that date until 4/19/2019, it's 929 days. Strong's 929, a beast. This is where it almost gets crazier, like almost ties this together. We know what Satan wants. He wants Israel. Nobel Peace Prize. When he went on October 9th, 2009 until 4/19/2019, it's 3,479 days. Strong's 3,479, Yisrael, which Israel. It's almost just, and again, like a precursor. We know this isn't the 7-year tribulation yet. What I decided to is to looking into the future here of future eclipses and blood moons that were not included in this, and that told a story in itself as well. Adding 413 days to 4/19/2019 takes us to a partial blood moon. Strong's 413, towards. Adding 429 days took us to an eclipse. 429, to find by seeking out. Adding 590 days took us to a blood moon, gone abroad. This blood moon is also 666 days exactly after Super Bowl 53, which I believe was played either February 3rd or February 4th. I think it was February 4th. It's exactly 666 days after. And remember the Daniel 8 prophecy of the goat defeating the ram. Adding 605 days to 4/19 takes us to an eclipse. 605, restoration, reestablishment. Adding 769 takes us to a blood moon. 769, a roaring stream. Adding 1,107 days takes us to an eclipse. 1107, to come to know, to make known. Adding 1,285 days takes us to an eclipse. 1285, a covenant. 1639, eclipse, to cut off, take away, withdraw. 1801, blood moon, to leap, spring. 1816, eclipse, which this is the one that comes back over America, makes X mark on April 8th, 2024. 1816, to spring up, I rise up out of the ground. Adding 1,979 days, blood moon. 1979, a going away, traveling. Adding 2,008 days takes us to the last blood moon in 2024, October 17, 2024. And it's 2008 days, and in the Hebrew, it's hither, here, now. And again, this is all lining up to 419. So that's pretty amazing. And give me 1 second, guys. There's a second page, as always. Just so much. Praise Jesus. Plenty of warnings. Alright, guys. Remember again, Luke 21:25. There's going to be signs in the moon, sun, and stars. Or sun, moon, and stars, technically. Right order. Check this out. April 19th, 2019, the moon travels through the womb of the Revelation 12 woman, Virgo. And again, that's our pink full moon. With this being the moon, the sun. How cool is this? 4/19/19, the sun there with the fish and Pisces. And I'm going to go back over that just a second. Again, Luke 21:25, signs in the sun, moon, and stars. Strong's 21:25, reverence, which is deep respect, admire, treasure. This is why they are in the heavens. 4/19/19, again, I said, well, you know, the pink moon traveling through the woman. And like I said on the last page, from the blood moon, 9/28/15 plus 726 days, harpazo, gave us the Revelation 9/23/2017 sign. Well, adding another 726 days takes us to 9/19/2019. Strong's 9/19, Bar Jesus, which is a false prophet. Well, taking that date of September 19, 2019, and going back to 4/19/19, it's exactly 153 days. And again, the sun over here with the fish, and there's more over here on that. And from the Revelation 12 sign until 4/19/19, it's 573 days and 573 true. Also, the gematria of the golden ratio has a gematria value, again, 153. And this I thought was pretty cool, guys. Father's Day. Speaking of Palm, DAD being dad, and let's go review Father's Day last year and compare it with our timeline. So Father's Day last year was 6/17/2018, and until this 7/27 blood moon over Israel, it was 40 days. Strong's 40, Father is King. I thought that was pretty cool. 40-day blood moon after Father's Day, and Father is King. And 6/17 in the Strong's to roll away, which we know he's risen. 6/17/18 until 4/19/19 is 306 days. Strong's 306. Amethyst. Amethyst is a stone that is found in the breastplate of the high priest. It is the third stone in the third row, which just reminds me 33. From 4/19/19 until 6/16/2019, which is Father's Day this year, it's 58 days. Strong's 58, place of assembly. 6/16 for Father's Day this year. Strong's 6/16, to give birth to. Coming back over here, revisiting the 153. Again, the date 4/19/2019. 4 times 19 times 2019 equals 153,444. 153 equaling fish. Strong's 444. Mankind, men. Again, I asked in the last video, part 1, could this be a sign or that the net's full? Matthew 4:19, again the date 4:19, follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. John 21:11 tells us that we had the 153 fish in the net and the net was not torn. Check this out. 21 times 11 is 231. Strong's 231. Fishermen. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. 4:19:19, subtracting 153 days takes us to 11:17:18, which you see the 1117. Mark 1:17, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. 4:19:19, subtracting 1 year, 5 months, 3 days, 153, takes us to 11/17/2017, which you see 111717. Revelation 1:17, Jesus tells us that I am the first and the last. I am the first and the last has a gematria value of 232. Strong's 232 to fish. And lastly here, guys, as I mentioned yesterday or in the last video, Christ has a gematria value of 77. So I decided to inspect around Israel's 77th anniversary. From 4/19/2019 until 5/14/2025, which is Israel's 77th, is 2,217 days. So if we take 4/19/19 and we subtract 2,217 days, it takes us to 3/25/2013, which is the beginning of Passover, the first day of Passover. Strong's 2217, begotten in Babylon. Just something to think about, going from Israel's 77th backwards, 2217 days, begotten in Babylon. Could we expect something here in Babylon on 4/19/19? Revelation 22:17, the Spirit and the bride say, come. Israel's 77th, 5/14/2025, and if you subtract 2,520 days, which is 1260 plus 1260, set a period of 7 years, or 1 week, it takes us to June 21st, 2018, which was the summer solstice. And I know there was a lot going on around this time frame with 6/21, and a lot of us expecting something to go down. 6/21/18 until 4/19/19 is 303 days. Strong's 303, upwards, up. And lastly, a little side note here. This year, 5/14/2025, Trump, we think about the last Trump, Trump being the 45th president, 45 times 45 is 2025. And that year being 2025 and 77th year. Trumpet, thinking of Trump, trumpet and Strong's has a value of 4,536. Well, if you take April 19, 2019, and we subtract 4,536 days, it takes us to 11/17/2006, which we see that 1117 again. The 4,536 days is also exactly 648 weeks. Strong 648. I take the roof off. I thought that was pretty cool. So once again, guys, I am not declaring the date of the rapture. I am watching, seeking. I want it. I want to be with him. I've had enough of this place. There's nothing to look forward to, nothing to invest here. We know we're in the end times. We know what's about to happen, and I want to go be with King Jesus. I want to praise him, and it's so close, so close. But I'd love to hear what you guys are seeing and what you feel, and and it's this date is stacked up, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. But again, it can happen now. It can happen 4/19. It could even go into the 71st year. I mean, we're just going to continue to seek and watch. And I'm going to continue to make charts. And I'm going to continue to get them out. And if nobody watches them, or just one person watches it and then hangs in there, so be it. If I could bring hope to one person. But all right, guys, we'll love you guys. He's coming. King Jesus is coming. It's exciting. All right, guys, have a good night.